You know, I said this on my podcast, but the fact remains, and it's entirely true, me and Nick Diorio's gaming streams are some of our most lethal content. It's not our videos, you know, the Nick Diorio's well-researched documentaries and my quick pieces, my quick thoughts or whatever. It's not my podcast where we, you know, go in depth. We get like 20 people on the call. We just shit all over somebody. It's not this content that does the most damage to offending YouTubers. It's when we fire up a game stream playing Call of Duty in the middle of the night that someone's career is over. I mean, it's happened now twice, alright? First, when I did it, when I fired up a game stream and we found out that this YouTuber, Sanders Kennedy, was lying about Shane Dawson. Not that we're, you know, big fans of Shane Dawson over here. I mean, Shane Dawson's a creep or whatever. But he was lying about him, saying that there was some police investigation. We fire up a game stream, people in chat are telling me about it, and a few hours later, this guy hasn't uploaded a video since, so there's that. But then there's this recent story, the Red Kiwiz situation. Nick Diorio decides to fire up a game stream at 3 in the morning, you know? Oh boy, it's 3 a.m., time to play some COD. And, well, this guy got kicked out of his multi-million-dollar mansion as a result of it. And no, I'm literally not joking. I'm not, you know, exaggerating. I'm not, you know, making this big story that didn't actually happen. This damn well happened. I mean, here's how it works out, alright? Nick Diorio fires up a stream, he's talking about drama or whatever. I hop into the call, and I forget how exactly it happened, but the topic of Red Kiwiz came up. The pedophile who got away with it, essentially. That's at least the title that's been dubbed to him. Now, a lot of people are hesitant to call this guy a pedophile. Me, personally, I don't really have much of an issue with it. I don't know what else you would call him. I mean, if you've watched the interviews on Drama Alert, on Scarce back in 2016, if you watched his own response video, this guy's a lunatic. Not only does he admit to sending pictures to a minor, with the only excuse being that she, who was a 12-year-old, lied about her age. He thought she was 13 or 14 or whatever. Not only is that his only excuse, but he also goes to victim blame the girl. Like, oh, she was just, you know, well, what can I say? She was a tantalizing treat. I just couldn't hold back. I couldn't resist myself. And if you think, again, that I'm exaggerating, then I would love to invite you to go watch his video. Actually, there's a video you can pull up right now. In fact, we watched this video on stream multiple times now, so you can go watch my podcast. It's a handy little playlist. It's called After Hours. You can go ahead and take a look at my playlist where we take a look at some of his content in more detail in a live stream. But type up Kiwiz and hit up my story and go ahead and watch this video. It is absolutely unbelievable how tone-deaf this guy is. How he absolutely refuses to take accountability for the situation. He even tries to rewrite history now in his news statement, which we'll go over in just a second. But this guy literally was like, man, guys, well, you see, I shouldn't trust this girl, you know? I shouldn't have trusted her. She lied about her age or whatever. Which doesn't matter when you go on Drama Alert and admit that you sent a dick pic to her and received child porn from somebody you thought was 13 or 14 when you were 17, and then somebody you thought was like 14 when you were, or somebody you thought was 16 when you were 19 or whatever, assuming that that's actually true. This is just the most unbelievable situation to me. How this guy managed to get away for so long. And to be honest, he might still be able to get away from this. He's getting a lot of heat now, because after me and Nick Diorio watched this video, we have connections to Keemstar, so we hit up Keemstar about it. Keemstar's been really pushing the story hard on Twitter. He put up a story fire post, and now this guy's life has once again been ruined over this. But who knows? I mean, he got away with it the first time. Maybe he'll sneak away with it a second time. I don't know, man. Anything is possible. It's absolutely unbelievable how these YouTube pedophiles can just get away with this type of stuff, but sure enough, they can. However, there is some good about the situation, alright? So he writes here, hey guys, so after the recent events and seeing what's transpired online, I have personally decided to separate from 1%. If you don't know, 1% is his Fortnite organization and his multi-million-dollar mansion house, streamer house that he lives with. Other people in that house, I believe, are... Oh shit, I want to speculate. Hold on. Let's just do some live research here. 1%. Hold on. I can't speculate on this. Yeah, Nyx, as well as a few other people. I only know Nyx in this group. He's got Random, Raz, ALS, Disc, Formula. You can see I'm all posing up there in the banner. I only know Nick's. I watched his Fortnite streams occasionally back when I was into Fortnite or whatever. Back when it was good. But yeah, he is separated from the house. And you know what that means. You know what that means. He didn't decide, hey guys, you know, I'm just gonna leave the house or whatever. You know those guys booted his ass out. They're like, I don't want you in here. That's what happened. I will also be stepping away and taking a break from the internet for my mental health and for the sake of everybody. Thank you for everyone's genuine concerns and nice messages I have received. Now, I don't know about you guys, but mental health is not an excuse to send dick pics to minors. As a matter of fact, I don't think mental health or depression leads you to want to do that in the first place. Call me crazy, all right? But I don't think when you're depressed or whatever, I don't think that means, I'm a little bit sad today. I guess I'll, get on the old phone, send a little something to some kids or whatever. I don't think that's what happens, all right? I don't think that's how it goes down. Now, again, I said this guy will probably get away with it. If he got away with it one time, you know he'll get away with it another time. Unless the internet steps in or whatever and just properly punishes this guy. It'd be one thing if he, said something like, look guys, what I did in the past was crazy or whatever. I just want a chance to make a living or whatever. Maybe, if we're gonna be incredibly charitable, we can allow him to make content or whatever. It can be like, okay, whatever. Maybe not content for kids, mind you, but this guy just has no remorse for what he's done. And we're gonna read his statement that he's now deleted that just shows how he tries to rewrite history. Now he's lost about 10,000 subs. He's got about 3.49 million too many in my opinion, but what more can you ask for? You can never really kill a channel. The sad truth about the internet is that nobody can get canceled, alright? Nobody can get canceled, if they really don't want to. You can pull up the worst shit people have done or whatever, and they can be like, okay, alright, yeah, I did those things. I'm still gonna make content, and little stupid kids are still gonna watch it, and I'm still gonna make a lot of money. Unless you deplatform me or just make it literally impossible, unless you like handcuff me and beat me over the head with my keyboard and make me just physically unable to produce content, I'm still gonna make content and gonna make a lot of money. I mean, we're seeing Minilad do that same tactic nowadays. Let's read this guy's apology right here. Well, apology, anyway. Hey guys, and keep in mind this was released a few days ago. Hey guys, so I just want to make a tweet to address what's going on. The situation I was a part of nearly 5 years ago has been brought up again, which I had to publicly address and take responsibility for during that time. Take responsibility for? I don't think so. I watched your little take responsibility for a situation. It's a shame you're not in jail, by the way. Apparently, according to him, he worked out a deal with the mother of the situation or whatever, which probably means that money was exchanged or something like that, if I had to, take a wild guess or whatever. But, we can criticize this guy all we want for just a second, but what the hell is the mom? How do you... This YouTuber sends, nude images and receives nude images from your daughter, and you just work out a deal with them behind the scenes? Like, what? So, anyway. I want you all to understand that this situation has been resolved and amends were made on both parties and has been since the situation transpired. I will not try to justify, validate, or invalidate anything from the situation. I do, however, want to genuinely and deeply apologize once again for what transpired. I was sorry then, and I'm still sorry now. What, sorry you got caught? I had to rebuild and had to learn from my mistakes and face many consequences. I don't think you faced that many consequences. It seemed like your career was smooth sailing from there. Everyone in the YouTube community had your back for some reason. Your Call of Duty videos did well. You were able to transition into a much larger Fortnite channel. Keep in mind, when this guy was exposed, he had about 100,000 subs. Now he's got 3.5 mil. Consequences, my ass. This guy was doing great after he got exposed. This situation has caused me to mature and learn so much over the years, and I believe I have become a much better person. Since then, I have done everything in my being to become better and move on. I've developed a life for myself where I am very happy and grateful for the people around me. Without the support from my loving girlfriend, my parents, and my friends, I don't know if I'd be willing to do this. Also want to address something else that has been weighed over me. Over the years, there's been a group in the COD trickshotting community that I grew up with that continued to harass me and my family. They doxed my number, my friends' numbers, and have sent death threats to my girlfriend and my family. Not only that, but they have went on to fabricate false stories about girls being raped, that there were multiple girls involved, or claiming that there was physical contact. This is because it has become a meme among them to try and see how far they can take it. 4 years ago, I had someone from this group come to my house and record himself harassing me in my own home. Every time they get a reaction out of someone, they think it's hilarious and stop at nothing to threaten me or my family. This is how this situation has risen again. This is not to discredit anyone who is genuinely concerned about the situation, but just to only address the specific group of trolls who I know only do this for impression/power because they believe I'll stay silent on the matter. Kiwiz, a few things, alright? First of all, nobody's excusing your friends or family getting doxxed, alright? Your friends and family have no control over you. Yes, they can be criticized if they chose to support you, but even if they chose to support you, you're still the one who did the action. So nobody in here is saying like, yeah, dox his family, dox his friend. Nobody's saying that. At least nobody from our circle is saying that, alright? Why are you bringing up the fact that you were doxxed? I hate to break it to you, buddy, but no one cares, alright? I get doxxed too, alright? And nobody gives a shit, and nobody should, because I'm a public figure, alright? I chose who to hang out with. I chose what circles on the internet to associate with. And I'm not saying the doxing is a good thing or whatever, but if you're going to become a public figure online, especially one as controversial as this, you have to acknowledge the fact that people are going to dox you, and you can't throw that whenever you get criticized or whatever, like, oh, I got doxed, this is so bad or whatever. Please feel bad for me. This situation did not come up again because of the trolls, however. It came up because Diorio watched your video on stream, and then Keemstar talked about it on Twitter. That's why it came up, alright? And your little statement where it's like, I'm not talking about this to, devaluate what people might seriously have to say about the situation. Oh, really? Then why is this at all relevant, alright? If people are trolling you, if people are doing bad things to you or whatever, doxing you or whatever, going across the line, by only talking about it and talking about how it victimizes you, talking about how bad it makes you feel, the trolls that are doing this to you are only going to ramp it up tenfold. If trolls are messing with you and you're going to sit here and cry about it on Twitter, what do you think they're going to do? All right? What do you think they're going to do? They're going to do exactly what they were doing before, but worse. Like, this is just the internet 101. If you complain about what's going on with you, they're just going to do it. They're going to do the same thing to you, but worse. They're going to ramp it up. They're going to be like, yeah, we got a reaction out of this guy. Let's go. Let's go. Lastly, I'm probably going to take a few days off from the internet. This is because I've developed PTSD from the harassment and threats from this situation years ago. Good. Being online right now probably isn't the best thing to do for my health. Yeah, it's probably not the best thing for you or the people around you. Your friends, your family, I mean, you admit that, but also the young people around you, right? I'm not saying you're a repeat offender, alright? Only when there's proof that comes out will I say that. But, nobody should trust this guy. You shouldn't let, if you're a parent of kids, you shouldn't let your kids, watch this guy. Thank you to all of you who have privately messaged me, reached out to me, or checked up on me. I will never forget that. I will still continue to be the better person, blah, 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 blah. If you feel that I've disappointed you from this situation, then I'm very sorry. I hope you find comfort in knowing that this was nearly 5 years ago. It doesn't matter. When it was first made public, and there has been no issue since. I wake up every day and make sure that I will never make a mistake like this again. Okay, that's a weird line right there. I wake up every day and make sure I will never make a mistake like this again. What? You wake up every day and you're like, don't message a kid, no. Like, what? I don't think that's exactly what he's saying, to be fair, but that just sounds weird. Like, every day I make sure I won't do the same thing again. Really? I don't have to stop myself from doing what you did. I just don't do it naturally. Oh man, what a weird person. What a weird guy. I'm so glad this story is getting more exposure. This has been 5 years in the making, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm dead serious about that. This guy got exposed 5 years ago, and literally no one gave a shit. Why? Was it because Keemstar was the one to do it? And at the time, Keemstar's reputation was at an all-time low? Why should that matter? It doesn't matter who's telling you the news. It doesn't matter who's breaking the story. What matters is if the story is true. A broken clock is right twice a day, alright? And not to get too boomer on you guys, but when Keemstar, regardless of what you think of the guy, is breaking a story, has the guy and the mother of the daughter on the line at the same time, and this guy's admitting to sending and receiving images to and from a minor, how do you just ignore this, alright? And I'm not talking about you guys. You guys are new, all right? Most of my viewers weren't around at this time or whatever. I wasn't around at this time or whatever. I'm talking about the people back then. The people back then who knew about the story and still chose to associate with this guy and just write it off as just a simple teenage mistake, as he so eloquently puts it. How? How does this happen? Even nowadays, I mean, we're watching the same thing happen with Minilad. And, you know, at the very least, Minilad is getting beaten against the table. Multiple videos are coming out against him. You know, multiple people are just, you know, going in on him, making videos talking about it, reminding people what he admitted to. But the reality of the situation is that this is perfect proof as to how YouTubers never get canceled. Because it doesn't matter what they do. They could be literal pedophiles. As long as they keep shitting out content, kids are going to eat that up. And the internet only remembers the story that happened in the past 7 days. After that, everyone forgets. Everyone forgets about what horrible things people have done. All right? And that's both a good thing and a bad thing, all right? Because I'm not a cancel culture guy, all right? People should not be beaten over bad things they've done for their entire life. But when those bad things are sending images to children, I would argue that that's the exception to the rule, right? That's the exception. That's when you should beat them over the head for the rest of their life. But of course, we have no nuance on YouTube. That just doesn't exist. And absolute freaks like this can get away with this. So it's some food worth thought for you guys, just to think about. Anyway, you guys hear the music. My name's Augie RFC. I'm gonna get out of here. Very disgusting stuff on YouTube, but are we surprised at this point? No. Not at all. Not at all.